And as you can see, I have improved a lot. I use all the products today. Every single one of them I've tried in our catalog, except for one product. That's for women on menopause. I haven't tried them yet. But everything else in the catalog I have tested myself. So that's why I look so sexy as I do today, And the great thing about the whole thing, when we started this company, started to work with it, my wife said to me in the beginning, over my dead body, you will go into this business. If you think you have some spare time, we didn't have any time for family or anything like that because I was working 24/7 almost time. She said, if you think you have some spare time, I want you to spend that time with me and your daughter. And I said, honey, I believe this is the vehicle to get us free from what we have been struggling about. I don't want to see myself going on for the next 10, 15 years doing the same things and running a discotheque and a family business was not a very pleasant thing for a family person to do. So I jumped in with both feet, but my wife was sort of on the side that she did not want to, do this business in the beginning. And at the time, we had fax machines to fax in the orders. And Iceland, we lived in Iceland at the moment. It was a closed country. And my wife made a humongous order in the beginning, and she was sort of testing myself. Am I going to fax this through or not? And at the time, we didn't have that kind of money to pay for it either. We had one credit card open and lived in a little tiny flat. And I put my credit card down, and I thought my wife was going to stop me faxing that fax through. And she thought that I would stop, as well. But the fax went through. We had product for about 3,500 pounds worth in Belgium. And I lived in Iceland. And I was like, how am I going to do that? I need to pay my credit card. I had a little brochure that size in Flemish with pictures on it. I didn't understand anything was in it. But I opened it up and I walked up to people and said, excuse me, sir, looks like you need some shampoo. I sold them shampoo. I got the money. They went to get the product. I don't have a clue. They're in Belgium, but I'll get them to you when I get them. And what are you talking about? Weeks or two? No, maybe months or 2 or 3. I don't know. But you have to pay me now because you need to pay my credit card. And that's how I started this business. Okay? And I tell you, it's the best thing ever because we pushed ourselves to just, jump into the business full time and do that business. But I will tell you my mistake, my biggest mistake in the business, and I hope that all of you will not do the same mistake, is that I didn't listen. I didn't listen to the successful people in the business already. I didn't listen. I thought I knew everything better. So for a year, I didn't listen to people telling me how to do it or what to do or follow any system that we have at that time. I just went my ways. I became an executive, and I helped one other person to become an executive. My friend, I squeezed him, into doing that almost. So I became a gold executive. But I was like that for a year. Nothing sort of happened. Then I went to America, and I met a very successful person there, and I asked him, sir, why are people that started after me having more success than myself and my wife? He said, in your case, Christian, it's so simple. What is that? You ain't coachable. And I started to argue with him. What do you mean I'm not coachable? And he said, that's what I mean. You never listen. I'm like, oh, okay. On the plane back home, I decided to take what we had at that time. We had something called fax on demand. It was pretty cool. You faxed in a number, and they faxed it back. Everything about hand lotion. It was so cool. I don't know but now you have internet and mobile phones and stuff like that. But we started like that, and I started to take the system, and within 1 year, my wife and I managed to go from a gold executive to a blue diamond status in the company. And it took us only 1 year or less than 1 year to do that. And why am I telling you that? That's because at that time, I started to follow the leaders and follow the system. And today, guys, my biggest advice to you, to be coachable. Okay, we have the best system in network marketing history within our, so follow the system. This is what all of you that just stood up and asked who has been here for 2 months or less, this is what you need to take, this is what you need to learn, heart by heart, and make these words in this catalog your own, okay? That's my biggest advice to you, to be coachable. My second biggest advice to you is that attend every meeting, okay? Go regular to meeting. If you are from a town in UK that is not already up and running with a meeting, figure out how to set it up. Just figure out how to set up a weekly meeting. Make sure you have a weekly meeting in your town. If it's not already there, make it happen. Become a leader, okay? That is so important to attend all these meetings and attend everything. I can promise you that you that are here today, You will get so much out of this event. We have such a fantastic leaders that will tell you and talk to you today. And then we get, you know, the best of the best, Nathan Ricks, to explain everything about the business to us. And you are in the best seats. UK, for me, we moved over about 3 years ago back to UK, my wife and I. We were so excited to build UK here, and we are going to work hard. We semi-retired for 5.5 years in this business, didn't do very much for 5.5 years, and for personal reasons because of our son was quite sick. But we are back into the business, and I'm working today 12 to 18 hours a day again. And I will do that for quite a long time until we see UK becoming the largest market in Europe. Can we do that? Let's see about that. Let's make that happen. Yeah. Show the Spanish and the French how it's done, okay? And the Norwegian. We can do it. For sure. Remember, be coachable, attend every meeting, make sure you are there. And another thing, we have something in this year which is called Be Core Leader. Go and look it up in this brochure and do everything in your power to become a core leader, and you will become successful in our business. Have an awesome day, guys. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to seeing you today.
Thank you very much, Christian. So we have to be coachable. Why have we to be coachable? Does anyone know? Any new people? Can you tell me why you have to be coachable? Duplication. Yep. All these guys are not reinventing the wheel. It's a duplication business. So just follow what they're doing and you'll be successful too. We have to attend all meetings, so give yourself a clap for getting here. And the third bit of advice that Christian says was to be a core leader. So if you've got your silver booklet, make sure you study it and have it with you all the time.
Fantastic. Karu, your husband sat here next to me. Just in case you're wondering where he is. Do you want to go sit next to Karu? I think you should, yeah. The banisters, everybody. Right, today is really about keeping the energy high, okay? We want to make sure that every speaker that comes up on stage feels welcome. We are absolutely honoured and privileged to be in there, to be listening and to be learning from them as well. So is everybody awake? Yes. Okay, so where do we have people from? I believe we have people from Norway. Yes. I believe we have people from the South Coast. Okay. But you see, as much as I love Jennifer, there is a bit of competition going on here. Okay, so because Jennifer's from Scotland. But I believe that the good old Yorkshire crew can be louder than Scotland.
No way.
Where are you, Yorkshire? So shall we have a bit of a competition here?
I think so, yeah. I think we can do lots better than that.
Like, you better. So, go on.
Anyone from the UK here? Thank you.
Okay, right, so fantastic. Right, so I just need to know who won that. So can we have Scotland? Is that it? Can we have Yorkshire? Scotland? We could be here all day doing this. I won. Right, so anybody, right, the next person I'm going to introduce on stage is a very dear friend of mine. I absolutely love him with all my heart. And he has been in the business for about 15 years now. He's originally from Sweden. You're on your own today. And he started life in sports, mainly tennis. He was a tennis coach, okay? And he was introduced to this business by one of his students. Okay, and he has never looked back. Now, the biggest thing that I have learnt from Nicholas about this business is the freedom aspect of this business. And he got quite emotional in Barcelona, for those that saw that, about freedom. And that's what he absolutely represents. I spent some time with him at the weekend, and that again shone through. He's a Blue Diamond leader and has just become part of the $1 Million Circle Group. So please, hands together for Nicholas Osterberg!
Wow, thank you. Two power ladies, yeah? Wow. I have a pretty nice group in Stockholm with only 99% men. And the female up there, the women who works in Sweden, they are so happy because they can kiss all these beautiful men. And here in UK it's more 50-50, but to kiss these beautiful ladies every time you go on stage is fantastic, you know. Only that is a reason to do this business. Anyway, yeah, I'm a new dollar million earner, and you know, it's a nice feeling, but it's not about me. It's about what will come in the next years here in UK and Europe. I'm so excited about that. And it's 2 important days in my business. The first day is when I signed in. And the second most important day is today. Because I know this is the day we will talk about for many, many years ahead. This is the day when UK is waking up. This is the day when we all together here will take UK to the next level. I know that because we started already this morning with a fantastic training and so much energy in the Spark Center. We will continue to do the same here now. And we have to follow up now. What's happening now, tonight and tomorrow, we have to follow up because that's our job to do. Nathan Ricks and all the team elites, they will not follow up for us. We have to do that. And so the next weeks, we have so much new blood into the business. So we will make a touring now in UK, starting in a couple of weeks, touring and meeting all this new blood, because that is the future of our market. It's not us, you know. We are so important, yes, but the people we bring in the next months, 6 months, 9 months, is really the people who will make it, together with us, of course. We have a lot of experience and we know how to do this now. The platform, the foundation in UK is there. So we are such a nice situation, and congratulations to you who have been in the business only for a couple of months, 6 months, because everything is planned for you. So I hope you have the burning desire. Christian's story when he started, I have a similar one. Sweden was not opened. But I saw this in the presentation. I said, Niklas, this is what you will do the rest of your life. This is your chance to be financially free, to have the freedom you're always looking for. Because you know you have 2 chances in life, to be this independent. And if you are, middle-aged, and you probably passed the first chance, this might be the second chance, the only chance the rest of your life, because we have only 2 chances. And a lot of people out there are looking for the chance because they missed the first chance. They know it. And they are getting older, and they know what will happen when they are 65. Their lifestyle will go down like that. So they are looking for the opportunity. And that's what you have. That's what you can offer. My upline in the beginning was not, to be honest, a personal upline. It was a DVD. 90 minutes DVD. And 20 minutes out of these 90 minutes was 2 fantastic people. I've been looking up to them since I started. It's Peter and Caro. You don't know that you were on my DVD. You were my uplines in the beginning. You don't know that. They were sitting in their beautiful home, very relaxed in beautiful sofas, and you saw how energized they were and the passion they had for the business. And I looked at this probably hundreds of times and said, one day, Niklas, you will live like them. And fantastic, that's how we started. A lot of us, pioneers in Europe. We didn't have Facebook, we didn't have Skype, we didn't have Ryanair or EasyJet, or we didn't, we had nothing. But we had a burning desire. Toby, I remember how you started in Norway. So everything is planned. So the only thing you need to bring is a burning desire for change. And you need to find that yourself. I hope you are not looking for people to help and nourish. You're looking for people who wants to have a change. I didn't do that in the beginning, and I think many of us, we looked for everyone. And we, time after time after time, because they didn't want to have a change. We want to change for them more than, it doesn't work. So you're looking for motivated people. Don't motivate people. You can do it a little bit, but then you have to let go. You have to work with motivated people because that motivates you. And I'm sure Nathan Ricks, the master of this, will talk about this tonight. So I would like to invite a few other dear friends, colleagues. Blue Diamonds have organizations all around the world. And Rick, please come up. Susie, Nina, Heidi, and Morten, please come up on stage. Here we have a group of Blue Diamonds who are from different countries working together with OTG because they realize this is the way to go forward. So I will hand the microphone over, and from your heart, all of you, you have 2-3 minutes. Tell a little bit about your background, why Nu Skin, and what you see in the future of Europe. Thank you. Nina.
Good evening, afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and look at this amazing crowd, fantastic. I came into the business about 20 years ago. I'd love to say I looked at it and analysed it and thought what an amazing opportunity, but I actually fell into it through the products. I was actually looking for an opportunity at the time. I was living a very busy farming life, a lot of children, a lot of animals, frantic actually. I had zero time. But everybody I saw had a face and a body, and they seemed to had dreams and hopes and desires, and perhaps they were looking for change. And what I saw in this opportunity was the opportunity to change something and to have this amazing word called freedom. And freedom to me was about being able to do what I wanted with whom I wanted when I wanted. I needed to be able to do things with my children all over the world and to be with my family and to be, I don't know, whatever rings your bell, to be able to do it without having to answer to anybody. I was very happy to work. Work was something I'd done always. Really hard, actually. But to have the right vehicle, as they say, is what's really important, because if you don't, you're always just kind of pushing but not actually getting anywhere. So we have to find a way to be in control of our own business and to really do that work that leads us to success if we do it, if we actually do that work. I can always remember being absolutely amazed that this was something that I would do anyway. I was always telling people about good things. You should go here or there, or so-and-so's great and such and such. And you mean they'd pay me a fortune for doing it? I thought that was absolutely miraculous. And that's truly what it's like. The company will pay you what you deserve and what you earn, so to speak. And you do that by helping other people get what they want. And that's what I love about it. What do I see in the UK? Well, it's going to be triple, quadruple the size. And the advice I would give you is to make a decision. Is actually decide to do it. Because it's not when you get into Nu Skin, it's when Nu Skin gets into you. And when you can't not share it with people.
Thank you, Nicholas and Nina. They're fantastic information. My name is Rick, and I'm from Sweden originally. Woo! And you're not even from Sweden. What are you? Yeah. Thank you. My background is more in corporate and banking, and I was sitting there one day, and I had one person who had 4 computer screens staring every day, looking at these. He had another person with stress problems, and he was always shaking and nervous and everything. And another person, he had health problems. He had to take his shots every lunchtime. And I said to myself, oh my God, I can't be surrounded by these kind of people. Because if I'm surrounded by those kind of people, I'm going to become one of them. So have you ever found yourself in a situation when you're surrounded by people that you don't want to be surrounded by? Yeah? So I chose to get involved in this company, and I was first a customer. For a couple of times, I was buying products from this guy, and he was earning a lot of money off of me. And then I wanted to turn those tables and also be participating in the opportunity. And it's given me a lot, and it's really helped to change my life. And I was attracted by the maybe income potential and the freedom, but what's really caused me to stay here, and I think it's true for a lot of us, is the people. We have incredible people sitting here, you guys here today, in this opportunity. We're only going to be as good as the people we work with. And it's with huge gratitude that we can call these people our friends and our colleagues. And we're together going to take this market to the top. So if I have any words of wisdom or advice, I would say have fun, become the best person you become, because we need more people like you. We don't need those bad people out there. So be the best person you become, and then we'll take this market to the top. Thank you.
Scotland, woo! Good afternoon, everybody. My name's Susie Mollison from Scotland. And, you know, first of all, I want to say a massive thank you to Rick and Daniel, because those are the two guys that really started building the UK market. And what's phenomenal to see is all these people here today. So Christian and Nicholas came in, it was easy. I'm joking, I'm joking. But I've watched those two, along with their teams, really start to build and grow the UK market. And I think about Scotland and where Scotland was 5 years ago, where Scotland was 4 years ago, where it was 3 years ago. And when Catherine Freeman and I sat in a fast start training only 2 years ago with 6 people in it, and saying if there's next month, if there's only 6 people again, I'm never doing another fast start training. It's absolutely phenomenal to see what's happening in the UK. So what's one of the key things that keeps the UK market going? I think it's belief. Because we absolutely believe and know that we can do it, don't we? Yes. We can be Spain, we can be all those other markets out there, and we're doing it, we're really doing it. So the one little story I want to share is about when I became a Blue Diamond. I decided in January 2011 that I wanted to be Blue Diamond by the end of that year. And so, what year are we in? That's wrong, that's so wrong. 2013. 2013. And I've no idea. 2013, so in January 2013, I put it all around my house. Blue Diamond, December 2013. Everywhere, every single place in the house. In my car, I saw it all the time. So did I begin to believe it? I didn't believe it in January 2013, but I started to believe it because I put it everywhere. Start putting pictures of how the UK market is going to look next year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. If we can all do that, put those pictures up there, how huge is it going to be? And it's not just about the UK, it's about Europe. Start putting those pictures up everywhere, and let's get this absolutely huge where it needs to be. Thank you.
Fantastic. So here, the next two very nice friends, colleagues, are coming from Norway. And I want you to tell a little bit about your background, both of you. And they made Blue Diamond in less than 1 year. So listen to these guys.
Thank you. First of all, I have to say thank you for just being here, because it's so good atmosphere, I have to tell. It's really, really good to be here. We started our business 2 years ago, and a little about my background. I studied a lot, higher education, and sometimes you can use it, and sometimes you're not. But for 10 last years, my husband and I, we have built and we are entrepreneurs and build up our 30 stores in Norway. And with 2 kids and lots of projects, so we had a lot to do. And when we started those shops, we hoped for freedom. We wanted to get our freedom back, but guess we didn't, because we worked 24/7. And sometimes you need change in life. And for 2 years ago, we started, this opportunity came up to us. And when you're used to build shops, you have to invest a lot of money. And it's about the same here, because if you build franchise, I like to think about it like plenty of franchises. It's about you have your own stores. Nu Skin is about having your own store and build other stores. And it's about the same, helping people to get better. And I think that when we started, we had no limit, because we saw the contract and we just asked, how much do we have to invest? because we used to invest 1.5 million Norwegian crowns. 150,000 pounds. So I think this contract in Nu Skin is the contract to freedom. It's much more than you can imagine. So we did the diamond in 3 months actually, and we did the blue diamond in 7 months. What I have to tell, it's the work coming after, because you are in a mood. If you have high action, you just keep moving, because sometimes I think your worst enemy is your head, your own head. You think a lot. Maybe you think the whole month and you don't have action. So my best advice is to go and have action. Action leads to more action.
After listening to Christian and Nicholas, I think it's very smart to create a new frontline here in UK. And for a couple of years ago, Norway was one of it was the largest market in Europe. But I remember Christian last year and his story about the competition about the felling trees, and the Norwegian is just sharpening the saw now. I think mindset is one of the biggest, most important thing to succeed in this business. And maybe most of all, what are you telling yourself every day? And for me, I think that there are no reasonable or logical reason for not doing this business. There are no. So what stops people? I think it's fear. I think it's fair because there are no other reasons. So my tip is, it's just a technical thing. Most people see themselves doing things and then they'll get scared and they won't do it. But if you kind of like watch a horror movie on a black and white screen on the size of your watch, how scary is that? So try seeing yourself from outside, not from your own eyes, but see from outside. Then it's not that scary. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you were all inspired by our Blue Diamond panel there. And the 3 things I got from it was, it's all about your mindset. So to become a Blue Diamond, you have to have the right mindset. Take action. And what was the other thing? Anyone remember? Have fun and believe in yourself, yes. That's the main things. But who have we got coming on next, Carrie-Ann?
Okay, so coming next, we've got a real honour and privilege to have this amazing couple on stage with us, sharing their story. I am just absolutely so honoured and privileged to invite you both up onto stage. Now, Carew and Peter Bannister have been in this business for over 20 years. Okay, over 20 years, and they have earned over $20 million in this business. Okay, that is phenomenal, phenomenal. Okay, now, when they first started this business, Peter was a captain for Cathay Pacific Airline, and Carew was raising their 2 children. They are just phenomenal people. I just love you both dearly, you know I do. So please welcome on stage, please be upstanding for Carew and Peter Bannister. Thank you so much.
Nicholas, had I known you were so impressed with that video, I'd have asked you to sponsor me and sponsored you. You know. I don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, we had no idea.
It's great to be here, and it's really impressive to see so many great people here. This business in UK is really expanding. We spend most of our time in Japan, and to see all of you here today is just really encouraging. There's no question, provided Scotland stays in the kingdom, we'll be the biggest Nu Skin group in the world. Anyway, I was in trouble just before we came because Kari said, now you've got to dress up with a suit and tie. But I said, I don't like wearing suit and tie. And most people don't wear a suit and tie these days. No, you have to wear a suit and tie. You've no idea how relieved I was when I came in. And I don't mind the tie, but I couldn't find a tie, so I just put this on. So. Anyway, I have to give full credit to Karu for having the foresight to see the value of this business, because I was, as she will tell you, throwing cold water on the idea when we first heard about it 23 years ago. So let me just give the mic to Karu for a moment. Just a short moment.
Yes, I found this business 23 years ago. 23 years is a long time. You know, some of the people here are under 23. So, you know, you can imagine. And our children were 13 and 11. And then they are now 36 and 34. So it's amazing. And the thing is, when I found the business and I told him about the business idea, he said, what? What? Do you have this? Network marketing?
I knew this was
what? He said, you want the products? You buy it, okay? But don't sign anything. I happened to be in Salt Lake City for our daughter's piano competition, and said, just buy the product and come back home, don't sign anything. And I couldn't sign because Hong Kong wasn't open, so I wasn't able. And I bought so much product from America. I bought a suitcase and I bought so much product in America, and I came back home and I said, I'm going to start this business with or without you. Right? And so many people here, when the Nu Skin get to you, like Nina says, and then you want other people to really embrace this, embrace this business, they don't really hear it. And then they pull your legs, and then they really bring your the fantastic feeling down, and then you stop. Never do that. Just imagine if I stop at that time when Peter said, don't do it. Okay? We don't have those beautiful houses that you are talking about. You know, we have houses all over the world, okay? And we have friends all over the world. Nu Skin is abundance. Abundance, not only financial sense, abundance in friends, abundance in, you know, knowing so many things that you don't even think of. You know, that I got so many things out of Nu Skin. It's a wonderful, wonderful world, you know? And that's what you are going to deny. So that...
I just wanted to be convinced.
So that can happen to all of you.
Don't leave me.
You know, people believe and people follow your vision, right? They follow your vision, they follow your belief. Even though how well you can do business presentation, if you don't really believe, they don't follow you. You know, so that's so important. You really have to get Nu Skin into you, all right? And yes, I did.
You got Nu Skin into me too.
Right. So after Peter went to America and found out what Nu Skin was all about, he was even more enthusiastic than I was. So that was good. That was 23 years ago.
No, finish what you were saying.
So, you know, that like you say, that belief and vision is the most important. And if you have that, if you know why you're doing this business, you too, we all can have fantastic financial and time freedom. Thank you.
It's not... We've only got another 2 hours and 29 minutes left, so I better get it. Oh, really? Minutes? Oh, sorry.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Oh.
Please, yeah. So what we want to ask you is, because you've obviously earned $20 million from the business, can you give everyone here that's listening some tips and advice that you would give them to be as successful as you?
Don't quit. Really. Today you're lucky to be given a presentation later on this evening by Nathan Riggs, who has honed himself to become the finest presenter of this business in the world. He's made a lot of money out of it. He's a good friend of ours. We shared an airplane. I infected him with a flying bug. So he bought it. We shared a jet. It was pretty expensive, and I never got much use of it. So
Because it was in America.
So, but he's here this evening. What will happen, you'll get a lot of enthusiasm. Your belief level will go right up. Be careful when you get home. Because what will happen is your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your other better half or whatever, and particularly those who call themselves your friends, will know better than you, even though they weren't at the presentation. So you really need to listen carefully, and if you decide this is something that you could take advantage of, then do it. Don't let anybody dissuade you. We took 1.5 years to become Blue Diamond. We were we were distributors for about 3 days, then executive for about 1.5 years. And we had to become Blue Diamond because we sponsored people in Japan when Japan opened, and we were the highest paid rubies. And then I realized what was happening. After the first couple of months, our group broke away. So as a ruby, we wouldn't get down 6 generations. And if you understand that, that means take the action to become Blue Diamond. So we had to get a move on. We had to sponsor all sorts of people, including... and the company wanted to know who they were, and one of them was our cat. She was a very nice cat, but couldn't hold executive for very long. So. No, joking aside, develop a belief. Develop your why. Ask yourself, why are you really doing this business? It's really important to have a very powerful why, because you will come across gates and fences and walls that you think, as I did, this is a waste of time. The first 2 people I spoke to on the phone when I came back from the States both said, yeah, Nu Skin's, great company, we're in it already. You should join us. I said, the place is saturated, I said to Karen. So she said, get back on the phone, how many people have you called? I said, 2? Only 2? Well, fortunately the 2 of us could play off one another. When I was depressed, she bucked me up, and she was never depressed, damn it. But, we're over time. I'd love to spend the rest of the afternoon talking to you, but come up and talk to me. No, you don't. Nah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Peter and Carew. Can I please have everybody back on the feet? Standing ovation, round of applause for Peter and Carew Bannister. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, you know, the biggest thing that I always get from Carew and Peter is that they always say, never quit. Okay, and we've all felt like it at times. You know, this business is hard, and we get told that from day one. Okay, but it's so rewarding in the long run, so never quit. So Jennifer, who do we have next?
Next we have a personal trainer who's going to come on and introduce the diamond panel. So we're going to have... Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so apparently we're doing it now.
Sorry, Ben, we're not having you now. So we're going to actually have all the Diamonds executives who are coming on to do the Diamond panel, please. Can you come on stage?
Please welcome all our Diamond executives that are coming to join us for the panel. Thank you. Okay, fantastic. A fantastic lineup of leaders, brilliant. So if we can ask each one of you to give us your story and one bit of advice that you would give all the new people and existing people that are here in the room today. Guy, thank you.
Thank you. My name is Guy Rowley. I'm originally from New Zealand, been living here 10 years. And when I was a personal trainer and lifestyle coach, I used to train a lot of clients. And the thing that concerned me the most was that they earned a lot of money, but they actually had no time to enjoy it. They never saw their children, they were stressed, they're overweight, and they just basically were not happy at all. And this is a big thing that concerned me, is I didn't want this. I wanted to earn a lot of money, but I didn't want us to really have what they had. I was also lacking in my health as well, and so obviously the products changed my life as well. So it's just been the most incredible journeys for the last 6 or so years now. Been absolutely brilliant. And then just one bit of advice would be, something that I've really learned is that you've got to go there in the mind before you go there in the body. So I think we set the goals, we do a lot of good things, we make the actions, but if you don't believe it, you won't go there. And I've gone through a lot of highs and lows in this business, and if I had really focused for 30 minutes a day and focused on my mission statement, my self-confidence formula, twice a day for those 6 years, I'd be at Team Elite easily now. So that would be my one bit of advice, guys. Set your goals, but visualize it and see it, because your mind will work towards it. Thank you.
Right, well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. My name's Bridget Long. I'm from Poole in Dorset on the south coast. Can't resist that every time. Yeah, my story, well, it was, I was born in Poole, fantastic part of the world on the seafront. Went through a classic education until I was 18, but there was something burning inside me to not quite follow the path that, was mapped out for me in terms of my education. I had a burning desire to be my own boss. I come from an entrepreneurial family. And so I chose a different route, and for many years I tried lots of different businesses. I've always had a burning desire to be successful, and been very driven, and hard work was a part of the ethic that I was brought up. From the age of 12, I worked in my father's fish and chip shops every weekend, eyeing potatoes and all the rest of it, so it was part of who we were when we were growing up. In 1989, I moved to France. I was working in the travel industry at the time, and to cut a long story short, I lived there for 22 years. 3.5 years ago, I was looking for change. I had a very privileged lifestyle. I had everything I wanted materially, but I was miserable because I had big dreams for my own life, and I had put 99% of them on hold, mainly because I'm also a mum, and I have 3 children. So I decided I wanted to do something for myself, made some plans which all went horribly wrong, and I found myself emotionally and financially bankrupt 3 years ago. In the middle of that very dark place, somebody came along and offered me the gift of new skin. So I'm going to coin a phrase by J.K. Rowling and say that I built my business on very solid foundations. It's called rock bottom. I came back to the UK with nothing, absolutely nothing, and a very low morale, but at the same time I had a vision, I had a dream, and I knew I had in my hands what I've been looking for all my life, a vehicle where I could be free, and I could help other people to do the same. 3 years on, what a journey it's been, and we're really only just right at the beginning. It's been absolutely extraordinary, the people, the personal challenges and so on. My one tip for you today would be believe. believe and take action, because those two things, when they work together, are the elixir that makes success. Have a long-term vision. Always remember, this is a 5 or even a 10-year plan. So what happens today or this week or this month, it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Just keep going, take action, go the extra mile, and follow the leaders, because they have traveled the path that you are on today. They know the way, and just be coachable and do as they do. Thank you very much.